All right, we are live, we are green, we are good to go. Every single person who loves some freedom across the fruited plain, just making sure everything's good, audio is good. Oh, we're good. All right, beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. My name is Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, this beautiful country, and how we're going to fix both of these things together. Guys, we have something that you need to see coming out of Mississippi. Yep, Mississippi. Because a judge there just had his arm twisted right behind his back, and he just ruled machine gun possession and bans. Well, that's kind of unconstitutional. This is a big one, people. Big one. Make sure you send this out, share with everyone you know, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, because we are handing freedom out like candy on Halloween right here on this channel, and we'd love to have you along for the ride because this fight is just beginning. All right, we got audio, we got video, everything looks good. Sweet. Let's get into this. Guys, this is coming from my X feed. So if you guys want to follow me, you want to get involved in the conversation, have a heck of a lot of fun with me and the other creators that just go back and forth, pretty much doing everything we can't do on YouTube, to be candid. At Braden LOA right there. Make sure you follow it. It's a party, and we'd love to have you jump in. But now, let's get to the goodness from the same X account. All right. We're going to dive into this FPC post that they just put out about an hour ago. So this is a federal rule. Excuse me. Yes, it is a federal ruling in Mississippi saying that machine guns or full autos are completely unconstitutional ban. Like the bans are unconstitutional. Okay, this has a lot of nuance, a lot of back and forth. Let me show you a few of these things because this, like I said, happened an hour ago. Check this out. This is from FPC, and make sure you send this one out because this is a big one for our fight, particularly when it comes to AWBs, assault weapon bans, mag bans, all that. This is a big piece of this. From Firearms Policy Coalition, a federal judge in Mississippi has begrudgingly ordered that the federal ban on machine gun possession is unconstitutional, as applied only to the defendant in this case. And I'm going to show you the document here in a second, but I want to spend some time going into the actual thread because FPC did a phenomenal job highlighting the importance of this in this thread. Okay, and then I'll show you the actual document so you can look it up yourself if you want. So as we go on with this, let's scoot on right down here. This is something that Bruen basically brought about, and FPC highlights that. So they've got the court document with the conclusion saying the entire thing is dismissed because you can't ban full autos per the Bruen decision. Really big deal. All right. Quote, Bruen specifically requires judges to follow history and tradition, evaluate whether new laws are relevantly similar to past laws, and determine whether certain firearms are dangerous and unusual. These tests are deeply concerning to many. So there's the little judge resistance right there, but he still has to do it. Remember, the entire conversation we've had about the Bruen decision is even though they don't like it, they still have to do it. They can protest all they want, but they still have to do it. Right there. This is a really, really big one. What up, guys? Hey, Flying Rich, I see you, bro. All right, let me continue here because this is something before I get into all the documents that you guys are all going to ask me, and you always do when I cover these things. Let me scoot on down here. Here we go. This piece right here. The question from Winter Roomba, okay? How to apply it universally. Is there something inherently tying it to this case, or is it limited by judicial bias? This is something you guys religiously ask me when we have a pro decision or anything pro happen. Why does this person only get it but not everyone else? Listen to this part from FPC themselves. This is an incredibly important thread. I recommend you read it while you follow me on X. It is because it is a criminal case. So the charges are only disputed for this person. It isn't a facial challenge to the law overall. What it does do is give us more ammo for all the existing cases and build on what will be needed later. That's this fight, guys. I've told you for 4 years, the fight is not a one and done, cut the head off the snake, it's instantly gone. You're talking about an incremental destruction of the gun control laws that have been laid out over the last 100 years in the exact same way they laid them out. We are cutting them back and forth one by one by one by one. As FPC just says, what it does do is give us more ammo for all the existing cases and build on what will be needed later. For example, assault weapons bans. It's kind of hard to say you can ban an assault weapon if a judge in Mississippi just said you can't ban full autos. That's the whole point, cited back to a Supreme Court precedent of the Bruen decision. All of this is in one big, how do I describe this? It's basically a pyramid. You're putting in blocks in place and you're building on top of those blocks until you get to the very pinnacle, at which point they can't refute it any longer. That's how this works. They did the exact same thing going against us up until about the mid-2010, 2015s. The Heller decision really started this away from them. And now we've got the Heller decision, the Cargill decision, the Luber Enterprises decision, the Bruen decision. I mean, in some cases, the Rahimi decision. There's lots of decisions that are on our side on this, all building a case to say, no, bad tyrant, bad. All right. Now, let's get that and make sure that I am landing the plane. Let me know if I am. Let me see some planes in the comments over here, guys, because that's an important piece. I want to make sure I hit this. Now let me document this in the actual decision. So, this is an important part in my opinion. So here's the actual case, Justin Bryce Brown versus the United States of America. The government has charged Justin Bryce Brown with knowingly possessing a machine gun in violation of the gun control codes. This order resolves Mr. Brown's motion to dismiss. At the end of the day, they dismiss this motion. They understand. Okay, good. We got planes. I love seeing planes. Awesome. Understand, guys, what you're talking about here is the actual charge of possessing a machine gun. Not doing anything illegal with it, possessing it. The case was dismissed. The motion to dismiss was granted. I'm going to show you that in a second. Again, this is a very important building block to basically fighting back all the gun controllers of what they've been doing since 1934. Okay, big piece. As you can see right here, and this is an important part, the code makes it illegal to possess a machine gun, whatever. The point is it's about possession, okay? I'm going to scoot over to this next page, and as you can see, the part that they actually quoted is right here. This is the actual decision itself. Talking about the Bruen decision, it specifically requires judges to follow the history and tradition, evaluate whether new laws are relevantly similar to past laws, and determine whether certain firearms are dangerous and unusual. That's a nod back to the Heller decision. You see how the court decisions are all weaving together like a tapestry? That's the whole point. You got the Heller decision, which is referencing the Bruen decision. The Bruen decision is referencing the Heller decision, and this decision right here is referencing both of them. You have to understand this fight. It won't happen in an instant, but it is happening cut by cut by cut. How do you eat a gun-controlling elephant? Holding your nose in one bite at a time. That's how. But now, let me get you back to the end here. It won't really show it. So I'll link it right down there. And by the way, if you want to follow me on X, the link is down there in the description as well. The bottom line here, guys, this is why this is important. And also, this guy, this independent individual who now has the ability to have machine guns anywhere and everywhere because he's got a free pass because the court said it's unconstitutional to ban machine guns as applied to that defendant. Other than that, that guy won the lottery. But you're talking about a very important, crucial step to undermining all the gun control we see. Now let's step out of that machine gun step for a second. Let's go into something that's more relevant, or more timely rather, equally relevant. Magazine bans, assault weapon bans. So those are the two of the things that the gun controllers hit the most. They have like a little, like Chuck Schumer, I'm aroused moment every time you talk about it. So magazine bans, well, that's kind of dumb. Talk about common use. Okay, come on, that's silly. And then you got the assault weapons ban, which factors directly into this because it's unconstitutional per the Bruen decision. Even though the judge is like, I don't like it, I'm uncomfortable, it's a concerning thing. The fact is, that's where we're at. And I'm still seeing planes, and that's awesome. Good stuff. So guys, understand what you're talking about here. FPC, again, doing more work. They're putting more work in. They're putting more work out, and they're explaining it, which is the really crucial part about this. Make sure you send this one out because this is a really important video. If you're another YouTuber, take whatever you want from this video and go to town. I don't care. The point is, you gotta make sure you spread this stuff out because the incrementalism that was used against us for 100+ years is being used against the gun controllers, and you're on the cutting edge of it. It's what we've been saying forever on this channel. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me on X for that party I was describing with other creators, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you later.